guys, welcome back to another episode of Witty's Outdoor Reviews. We've got a large Temu haul. I'm going to do my best to try to get through all of it. It's like 18, 20 items, something like that. So we'll go ahead and jump into this. We will be opening with my wife's Kershaw Shuffle today. So let's go ahead and just get this big bag open, see what we got in here. And her knife's not sharp at all. This isn't her everyday carry, it's just one that she had. I was just trying to use something different, and as you can tell, it ripped more than it did cut. So we'll put an edge on that later. All right, I'm gonna move this off the table because we'll kind of go through things one by one. But if you can tell, this is a bunch of like EDC, possibly camping, go bag, typically the same thing I always do, right? All right, so what's this? First thing we have is, okay, I know what this is. Not a lot to discuss. Hey, this is just a holder for my tourniquet, so I can strap it to my backpack, put it on my everyday carrier. You know, you can hook it to any kind of molly webbing. So there's a bunch of different positions, so you can angle it different ways on any of your gear, but just kind of like a hard plastic Kydex type material. I mean, it seems like it's well made for what I've got it for. I mean, as long as it holds it in there tight, it should be good. So overall quality, decent. I mean, looks like it's put together pretty well. Is it serviceable? Yeah, it'll definitely hold my tourniquet. And would I recommend it? If you don't have nothing to carry your tourniquet in and you want to keep it on the outside of your pack up towards your chest where it's easy to get to, yeah, sure. Not a lot to go over. It's just a holder for a tourniquet. All right, next. Oh, and this total haul, let's go ahead and talk about the haul real quick, and then we're going to take a break. But the total haul cost me about $50. And it was, I think, 19 items, $50. I think the most expensive thing was $5. Everything else was, you know, $2, $3. But before we get into talking much, we're going to go ahead and do what we always do, and we're going to try something different. I'm going to try this bad boy. So this is a New Belgium Voodoo Ranger Fruit Force Fruit Punch IPA. And that's a whopping 9.5% by volume, but that's because it's a big can. But we're going to give it a whirl, and at the end, I'll tell you if I like it, what it tastes like, and we'll continue to open. First, we're going to pop it open, take a sip. Huh. Okay. There's something to talk about there. All right. So basically, I'm not going to open this. I know what it is. I mean, I'm going to open it. I'm going to take it out of the original packing. But this is just basically a Israeli bandage. I actually ordered 2 of these. These are going straight into my go bag. But I did get 2 of those. I think, let's see. If we look at it, I think the Israeli bandages were pretty cheap. The Moly System tourniquet holder was $3.77. The Israeli bandages were $3.09 a piece. All right, now we got a big bag here. So, well, this isn't even really. Hey, that was nice of Temu. This is the first thing they didn't seal. But they sealed everything else. Okay, no big deal. So this is, I believe, a 4-pack. Yeah, it's a 4-pack of fold down water bottles. We'll open one. They're all just different colors. We'll go ahead and open one and woo! Tried to fall down there. I'm sitting behind my camera, so I mean sometimes I bump it with my knee. I mean, it is what it is. I'm 6'3" and I don't have a lot of space, so. But it's that same typical stuff like your Sawyer Squeeze water bottles. This has a flip top. Oh yeah, okay. So just a little flip top. It does have an O-ring in there. It's not tight, but it will tighten on the O-ring. And a little carabiner so you can hook it to a backpack. They should fold down fairly small. Take the air out of them. There we go. And you can throw it in a pocket of your backpack, and it's just another way to carry water. These weren't very expensive for a 4-pack, I don't believe. Yeah, they were $4.59. All I wanted was one, but one was like $3. So I'm like, okay, no brainer. I can get 1, 2, 3, 4 in all different colors. The black and the blue will be going in my bag, and I'm going to give these two to my wife. So all in all, I mean, it seems about par for the course for, you know, compact, foldable little water bottles. And I believe these are a liter. One of these. I like these packages because they're so much easier to open. This one must have sat on the shelf for a while. Okay. So this is basically a just a sharpening stone. I just wanted a small one throw in a bag. This is actually, it has 2 grits on it. So for your knives, axes, anything like that, they're calling this a double-sided sharpening stone. It's silicone carbide. It was $2.21, so I was like, all right, whatever. I'll add it to the collection, right? We'll test it out and see if it works. So I was looking at 2. I was looking at a titanium one and a stainless one. This one happens to be the stainless one. It's basically what they call a 7-in-1 multi-tool. This was $2.26. So you can kind of tell some of the functions just by looking at it here. I mean, there's not a lot to it. It does have a small Phillips head in there. There we go. It will come out. And I think it goes right there. Yeah, I can already tell you I don't like that, right? The bit doesn't really like hold to anything, but I guess if you're working this way sideways, you can put your finger, like wedge your finger, and it'll loosen something. You can also put in a 1/4-inch standard bit. It's got a little tape measure on there that's, I don't know what you would use that for. Bottle opener, and I don't know how you get 7 functions, but maybe I didn't count them all. And then a pry bar on the end. So all in all, I mean, there's nothing wrong with the construction. I mean, this is a little cheesy, right? You would think that maybe they would have it where it would kind of lock in there, or tighten up. Well, when you press on it right there, that's tight. I can't get it out. So maybe that's supposed to spring. Well, maybe I did something. No, it's back to loose again. But if you were to put your finger right in there, which you shouldn't have to do if you're using it, it does state, I can't get it out. So it's tight. I think that was supposed to spring in the place, and you're supposed to press with your finger to get it in and out. It does not function like that. But, I mean, I guess overall quality is iffy at best. But if you're just looking for a keychain bottle opener with a small pry bar and something that comes with a bit, because you can use this end for a Phillips. I mean, for a flathead, and then you have the Phillips with it. So, not going to go into a lot of detail. I've seen better for around the same price, so I don't think I would like recommend it, jump out and get one. But if you're looking for something small, to throw in your, I guess, in your everyday carry pouch, something little, I mean, it would work for that. It's just not, I guess, it's not 100% functional for what I thought it would be when I got it. But hey, it was $2 and some odd cents, so I wasn't expecting it to be top quality. I don't know what this one is. Oh, okay. Now I know what this is. So this is basically, it doesn't come with any blades, and I looked today, so we'll talk about a couple of things. So when I knew I was getting this, I thought, man, cool. It's supposed to take just like a scalpel blade there. It doesn't come with one, of course, but you could put a scalpel blade there. I thought you could use a like an X-Acto knife blade. No, this, you can't see it, but that little high rise, it's half the size for an X-Acto knife where it would recess in there to stay. So I'm going to have to go ahead and order an actual scalpel blade, and then we'll go from there. But it does not lock. I mean, it locks up. So when you're cutting, it's not going to flip up, but it will flip this way. So there's no locking mechanism of any kind on it whatsoever. But it does have a bottle opener. This is titanium. This is, you know, they call it titanium. I can't tell you for sure because I can't really check the metal. But it is made out of, they claim it's made out of titanium. And this was $3.51. So, you know, of course, we'll have to stick a scalpel blade on it, and I'm thinking like a 22 scalpel blade, which is more like a standard knife shape. And it wouldn't be a bad little knife. With the only other function it has is, like everything, it's got a bottle opener. So, I mean, all in all, it feels like it's made well. I mean, I'm squeezing on it. It's not real flexible. It's pretty stiff. This opens and closes. Opening it, you're supposed to see those little grooves. Kind of just flick them out. That actually works fairly easy. So, all in all, I think it's serviceable. It's going to go into one of probably my truck EDC kit, just to have a small, sharp little knife once I get some scalpel blades. So I'd recommend it for that use. I mean, you can put in a lot of things. It would be decent little tool to add if you wanted a scalpel blade. And this is yet another. It says it's a COB rechargeable keychain light. Let's see if you can see that. So it's drop resistance, or it's drop resistant, 1.5 meters, USB-C charging, fast charging, UV light, okay, magnetic and red, blue flashing lights. Shows it's micro USB charging, has a bottle opener, and it's mini sized, like everything else that I get from Temu, made in China. 3.7 volts. All right. And it's got a 1000 milliamp hour battery. So, hey, there's nothing wrong about that. So, overall, I can tell you it's not like the other light we did last time. This housing is 100% plastic. It does have a small built-in carabiner where you can hook it to your backpack, purse, whatever. That would be the bottle opener. But why I did get this is you can hook it on a camera tripod. It's just got your standard 1/4 inch. And we got to try that out real quick. This is my old trusty pry bar, been around forever. Yeah. It sticks. All right. I mean, it's not going to stick and stay. The magnets aren't that strong. And I think most of it is because this little part where it could hook to your tripod sticks out. I mean, you can tell it sticks out like, I don't know, a couple millimeters, I guess. So that probably doesn't allow it to adhere very good with the magnet. So that's unfortunate. But, so you can put this in. It's got LEDs on the front and the back. So you can see that one's on. Press it again. The other one comes on as if the other one wasn't good enough. So that's kind of weird. You're just swapping from one side to the other. And then you get both of them to come on. But then, I think they do. Yeah. They fold down. And then you have two. Twice as bright. I guess that's cool if you're hanging it from a tent. So you can kind of get directional lighting. However you want to do it. So, all right. I get it. Then, of course, it's got your standard USB-C charger. See if she does anything else. Well, she turns off. All right, strobes. Guess that's about it. Yep. So you got high, medium, strobe. That's it. Not a lot to it. Like I said, guys, it's a harder plastic than some of the Temu stuff, but I mean, let's face it, it probably won't last long. This part's metal though. So this inner ring that goes all the way around the top, that is aluminum, and the carabiner part is aluminum. So that would probably stand up to carrying on your backpack or whatever, but the casing itself is like a hard plastic. And these are pretty tight when they open, so I don't foresee them, and they click into place. I don't foresee them coming open. So I guess it has use if you're looking for a cheap little light. I mean, most of the stuff, like I said, that are on here aren't very expensive. This light was actually the most expensive thing that I got in this haul. This was $5.47. So I'd recommend it if you're just looking for a cheap light, throw in a backpack, throw in a purse, throw in your car glove box, something you can use a magnet, hook it to the hood, which I don't know how that would work. Yeah, that wouldn't. You would have to, if you used the magnet and stuck it to the hood, then the light would be shining. Yeah, I don't know. Quirky. Yeah. I believe everything has a purpose, and we'll just have to figure out what this one is. So, if you're looking for a cheap light that's bright, there's probably better ones. We'll see. There's a couple more in this bag. Speaking of, smiling shark. You see that? It's a smiling shark light. Okay. And they have stickers covering up everything that talks about what this is. So, other than multi-functioning keychain light. Bubble wrap. You gotta love that. Some people don't love that. If I annoyed you, I'm sorry. Okay. So this is yet another small light. You can hook the things. I think this one. I'm not sure. I'm wondering if usually when they're clear like that, they glow in the dark. Oh, crap. It does glow. I couldn't tell when I put my hands around it. When I was covering it, it didn't look like it glowed. So I guess that's pretty cool. That's unique. And I just took it out of the box, so I don't know if it's got something in there or the light from the camera was enough. But that's pretty neat. I like that. That's your spring, tension, carabiner, can opener. It's got LED lights on the bottom and in the center there. And of course, like everything else, there's your famous small USB-C. It's got a magnet on it. So, of course, we want to try that out. Okay, I could tell by when I hooked that on, the magnet is a lot stronger than the other light. And I like that. If I'm going to stick it on something, I want it to stay there. I don't want it to fall off when I turn my back. So that magnet is a lot better. It's got a little clip, which I like about that is the design of that clip could easily, if I don't break it, yeah, fit on the bill of a cap. Look at that. That's pretty cool. Strap of a backpack, strap of a purse, belt loop. Many different ways you can attach it. Let's see what it does here. Click one. I guess that's the charge. The green lights. But your front lights come on. We'll call those the headlights. And nothing happened with press 2. All right, so those are just dimmer, flashing, side light, dimmer, blue lights. They're hard to see, but blue lights came on above the green. And you got your cop car lights. All right, it's like anything else from Temu. You got to go through every function to turn the thing off. That's the only drawback. I like when you hold it for 3 seconds and it goes out. This one does not do that. So you've got to go through all the functions, which anybody knows if you're out in the woods and you're I don't know, say it's a social unrest thing or you're hunting, the worst thing you could do is flip through 47 lights to turn something off. So that is a drawback. I like everything else about it. It's lightweight. It's pretty bright. But that's a drawback with a lot of cheap stuff from Temu is you got to cycle through every mode until it shuts off. So it's serviceable. I mean, it's useful. It would be good for backpacking for, if you want to be noticed, so you charge it right there. So it says it's waterproof, IP67 rated. So not a bad little light. I mean, I've got better ones, but I think throwing this on a backpack, if you're on just like a hiking trip, with it glowing at night, I think the glowing part doesn't take any batteries. If it's you get off trail, you get lost, turned around, at least you have something that glows. People could see it, or if you're wearing it on the back of your backpack, people can walk behind you and kind of tell where you're at. So I'd recommend buying it for the money. I mean, I think almost anything in the bag I would recommend buying for what I paid for it, to be honest. Next thing. Oh, I actually, my small everyday carry bag, the only thing I wanted to add to it was something like this. And I was looking for the smallest one I could find. And this happened to be it. So if you don't know what that is, it's a tube that fits on a keychain. That's it. That's all it is. Not really. It is a retractable pin. I'm gonna have to measure that because I mean I know some people. It's bigger. It's bigger than my Olight or my Olight pin. It's longer. Throwing stuff everywhere. Trying to get to a piece of paper. Let's see. How's it right? Oh, that actually. I'm surprised. Like always, if you're watching this, like, subscribe, and share. We'd appreciate it. Pin right's really good. I'm actually pleasantly surprised with that for such a small pin, but it fits in the hand well. I will say that. It's made out of stainless steel. It doesn't have like a clip on it to hook to your shirt or in your pocket or anything like that. But I mean, you're going to throw this thing back in your bag or back in your EDC pouch. Yeah, for $2.96. And it comes with some of the smallest tiny pin refills I think I've ever seen in my life. But it comes with 5 of them. So, I mean, if you're not using it every day, but you're using it in a survival situation to write down markers or, trails, what you did today, what you've seen today, where was it at, where was it located on the map. And that's I really like that. It's made well. It's cheap and it's functionable. If you're looking for a tiny pin, that would be what I would get. Let's see here. I know some people in their EDC, they're like, oh, it might be too big. So we're looking at 2 1/4 inches. Collapsed. So we got 2 1/4 inches collapsed. We'll open it up one more time here. Just because I should have measured it to begin with when I had it open. And 4 1/4 inches extended. So Man, that's actually not bad. That's a... I'm not going to make it take place of my Olight pin, but I'm definitely going to throw it in my small pocket EDC, because it takes up a lot less room, and it would fit in one of my pouches, and I'd just be able to pull it out by the keychain with all the little refills. That's pretty cool, guys. I like that. I'd recommend that if you're looking for a small EDC pin. Everybody knows these are your run-of-the-mill. Can almost find at every Bass Pro Shop, Cabela's, I guess they're the same now, Academy. A lot of times they'll have these real cheap whistles. So NCO 12402.8. But it's got a clip so you can hook it to your molly webbing. It also has a eyelet there where you can hook it, I guess, to your to a keychain, and we're gonna try it out. It's surprisingly loud. This was a 1, 2, 3, 4. This was a 5-pack. I think they were really cheap. So I'm like, man, you know, I'm gonna throw one in everything I've got that doesn't have a whistle in it. So for 5 of these, it was $1.78. You heard it. I blew through it. It's serviceable. It makes noise. For the price, not a bad deal. These are what I thought I ordered last time. Actually, these are what I ordered last time, but they didn't send them to me. So they sent them to me this time. So this is nothing but a small spray bottle. And the reason I got them is for like antiseptic. Or you could put a little bug spray in there. If you're trying to take a bigger, you know, the Repel big bottle, you can actually take it down a notch, you know, and get smaller bottles to put your stuff in. Alcohol, peroxide. These are 0.17 ounces. So whatever that means. But I mean, it feels like they've got a pretty good pump. I like the fact that you can see the clear. I wouldn't say it's aluminum. It's like a thin metal, but you can't really squash it or anything. So, but I like that it's clear on this side of the plastic tube, so you can see your level on the inside. So, they're pretty small. They're 3 inches by ½ an inch. So they're 3 inches by ½ an inch. And you get 3 of them. And like I said, they were $1.79. If you have a need to put other liquids from bigger containers in the smaller containers, you can slap a label on there so you know what it is. Peroxide, alcohol, antiseptic, and you're good to go. Mouthwash. There's all kinds of things you can do. And we got another pry bar. Trying to think, because I thought I bought one of these. It was supposed to be titanium. I mean, I guess everything says it's titanium. No, this one's stainless. Which there's nothing wrong with stainless. It's just a little heavier, right? But I mean, for as small as an item as it is, if you're counting, you know, grams, and you're trying to go feather light, and I'm not. So, pry bar, nail puller. Oh, that's actually pretty sharp. That's actually pretty sharp. Standard little knife, serrated. Pry bar on the other end, or a chisel. And a bottle opener. I like this one better than the other one. I can tell you that. The only thing I'm noticing is if you're working on this end, that knife right there is sharp. So if you're going to work with this tool, you're going to have to grab it back here, which is probably better leverage anyways. But just so you know, I would recommend getting one, maybe wrapping a Ranger band around this end, right, to cover that, so you don't accidentally slip off and cut your finger off. So there is that for a drawback. But can you fix it to make it serviceable? And it'd probably make you a good little everyday carry tool. Yeah. So she's 3 7/8 long and 1/2 inch. So if you're looking for a small little nail puller, pry bar, yeah, with a knife and a serrated knife, I would recommend it. Okay. That one's wrapped tight. So this is nothing more than just what they're calling aircraft grade aluminum waterproof container. Yeah, it's got an O-ring. So I would think that would be waterproof. You can hook a keychain to it. I bought this for waterproof strike anywhere matches. So that's why I bought it in the orange color. So I've got a couple tubes like this that are black, silver. Now I know that this one is my matches and not anything else. So, I mean, it seems to be well made. Maybe it needs some oil. It squeaks a lot. I mean, that gets annoying to hurt my teeth. But all in all, I mean, it's made pretty well. It's not super heavy, but you could tell it's not real thin metal. And for my strike anywhere matches, I think it would be ideal for what I need it to. And I think it was also really cheap too. Yeah, this was $3.36. So you can't even get some of the plastic ones for that on Amazon. And I got these. I'm not going to open these. I'm not going to bust one open. These are basically 100-piece small light sticks. So I just got some. I'm throwing in my bag just for marking trails. These ones actually are made to go on the end of a fishing pole, but I wanted some small ones. These are only like 1.25 inches, I think. And these are super bright. They say it's like 10 hours or 12 hours, something like that. Maybe it's 24 hours. But they're calling these luminous fishing sticks, high visibility. I don't know if it actually states how long they'll stay lit for, but I seen somebody commented and they said it was like, I want to say it was like 12 to 24 hours. We'll light one up. Put it this way, if you're interested, leave me a message in the comments and I'll pop one open and I'll give you an answer on how long they stay lit. So if you're interested in knowing how long they stay bright, leave me a comment and we'll pop one open. We'll time it and I'll let you know. But 100 pieces, I think they were $3. We have another multi-functioning LED flashlight. Oh, okay, cool. This one doesn't come with your typical USB-C. Shows that it has a built-in USB for charging. So it says it's high-low strobe, 3-inch high-low, and then flashing warning lights. Oh, it's got a cute little blue thing that I won't use. Okay. This one's green. It didn't say anything about it being luminescent. Let's turn the lights off. Let's see. See if it glows like the other one did. That does not glow. Okay. So it's just green. Doesn't glow. I guess. There we go. So on the end, that's where you have your USB-C plug. Plug it straight in. And you know, that's kind of long, and that's a pretty good magnet because it stands on there. All right, not bad. See what it does. That's your front light. So that was high, medium, strobe. Side lights, medium, Red blinking. Oh, that's actually a red SOS. That's a cool little function. I like anything that has a strobing SOS. So as you can tell, it's a pulsing SOS. So that's pretty cool. I guess that's all it does. Yep, that's it. Best flashlight ever. Best Temu flashlight. I always have to check them. I'm going to hold the side button. 1, 2, 3. Off. Don't have to go through all the functions. It probably feels like the cheapest of the flashlights that I got, but it has the best function, in my opinion. I just like flashlights. I'll find a use for it, but 3 seconds hold down and off. Man, I wish they all came like that. That would be so much better. I would have a lot better reviews. Good little flashlight. It's not super bright. I do like the fact that you don't have to have a cable. That as long as you have this light and a vehicle or, you know, a charging box or anything like that, and that's all you need. You don't have to carry any cables with you. So I do like the fact that it's all in one. But basically this is chrome coated plastic, magnet, and a decent little clip. So I guess having a clip's good. You can hook that to the bill of your hat, hook it to your molly strapping. Not a bad little light. It does have the 3 second to off. So I like it. I like it better than the others just for that. So there's a company that you can see on Amazon that sells these things, and I think they're about, I think $12 to $18 a piece for these small little deals here. This one was $3.47. I do own the other one. They sell them at they sell them at Academy. They sell them at Cabela's. I can't remember the brand name, but it comes with a big old keychain. And that's like their deal. That's how they hang them on the shelves, is the big hole that the keychain goes in. But basically it's a flip open. Nail trimmers, nail cutters, whatever you want to say. I'm not going to do it on camera, but I'm going to try to cut one of my fingernails to see if it actually cuts. Oh, it actually cuts really well. If you couldn't hear. But that's cool. They sit in there well. So it's not just going to come open, but once you get to past a certain point, it's like a catapult. Some Swiss Army type scissors. I mean, that butter knife that's not even sharp cut this, but they cut. So, I mean, it didn't rip. It actually cut them. So having a small knife for, I think one of the best things this could be for is like in a fish and tackle box. You know, you can use that to cut your line. You can cut it with the nail clippers. It's 2 1/4 inches by roughly a 1/2 inch, a little over a half. And it's got a small little knife on there. It's not super sharp, but I mean, it would cut. And a nail file with a multi-purpose flathead or Phillip. It's small enough for a Phillips, but probably too small for most of your flathead screwdrivers or screws, unless it's a tiny one. But all in all, I mean, it's decent. It does have a function. I think it would work good in like a tackle box and in your center console, just to have some an all-in-one nail kit with you. Just an emergency pack for my first aid kit. Anyways, that's it. Appreciate y'all watching. Please like, subscribe, leave me some comments. Tell me what you like. What kind of things do you want? I'm not sponsored by Temu. I'm not sponsored by any of the people that I talk about. I buy all this stuff with my own money just to kind of tell people, hey, is it decent? Can you get good EDC stuff, small stuff, gadgets, hiking stuff that's serviceable for a fair price? Today we want to give a shout out to Savage Tactical, our Savage Tacticians. This is a camo pattern I have, but I mean, it's got pockets, it's got a zipper. Right there, Savage Tacticians. It's a great jacket. So if you're looking for something that feels like an actual military woobie blanket or poncho liner, that comes with a GI sleep system. So I like the feel of it. Savage Tacticians. So get on their site, browse, see what they have. If you're not a member, hey, support. Now let's get back to this thing. This Voodoo Ranger Gigantic New Belgian Fruit Punch IPA, 9.5 alcohol percentage by volume. You know, we did those Sierra Nevada ones, and every one of those things, it's a 4-pack, and they all tasted like a little less than the original. This has that same taste, but you pick up some kind of other fruit in there, something sweet. This isn't actually bad because it's not like overpowering sweet. It's an IPA, but it's not as hoppy tasting. I guess a little bit of fruit that's in there kind of masks a little bit of that. These are actually pretty good. I like this. So this is a New Belgium Voodoo Ranger Fruit Force. Fruit Force. These are pretty good. They've got several different ones. I'm going to try some others. But hey, if you like IPA, you like a little bit of hint of fruit that's not grapefruit, this is probably the one that you want to try. All right, guys. Love y'all. Thanks for watching. Again, please share, like, subscribe, and let me know in the comments what else you want to see. I've got a lot of things that we've purchased. I might actually have it and can do a small video on it. All right, guys. Be good. See you next time.